Hi, I'm Mrs. Durham, and I'm a third grade teacher at Black Bower Elementary. Today we're going to talk about forming and using comparative and superlative adjectives correctly. In our lesson today, you will learn how to form and use comparative and superlative adjectives correctly. So repeat our learning target with me. I will learn how to form and use comparative and superlative adjectives correctly. For this lesson, you will need a piece of paper and a pencil. Please pause the video and go get your materials ready. You already know that an adjective describes a noun. In this picture, you see a fluffy white dog. What are the two words that describe the dog? That's right, fluffy and white. We're going to watch a quick video that demonstrates comparative adjectives. Mr. Owen is tall. Mr. Owen is taller than Andy. Andy is short. Andy is shorter than Mr. Owen. See if you can notice the spelling rules to form comparatives. Mr. Owen's legs are longer than Luca's. With a short adjective, you add er and than. The word than, longer than, taller than, shorter than, smaller than, lighter than, older than, and stronger than are some examples. Miss Lee is nicer than Mr. Green. Nicer than. For an adjective ending with E, you add the R and the word than. These are some examples. Miss Lee is happier than Mr. Green. Happier than. So when a word ends in Y, we take out that Y and replace it with an I and ER. These are some examples. Mr. Smith is fatter than Mr. Green. Fatter than. For consonant vowel consonants, you double the last consonant and add ER, like in bigger than, thinner than, etc. Okay. What is the noun in the following sentence? The baby is unhappy. Which word describes the baby? Right, baby is the noun, and the word describing the baby is unhappy. We call that word an adjective because it describes the noun baby. We already know the noun in this sentence is baby. What is the adjective? That's right, happy. Happy describes the baby. When we are comparing two things, we use comparative adjectives. Pause the video and write a sentence comparing the babies. Don't forget your spelling rules for words ending in Y. or the consonant vowel consonant when you double the consonant. When we compare two people or things, we form comparative adjectives by adding er. For example, the first baby is happier than the second baby. The second baby is sadder than the first baby. Look at the spelling rule here for the CVC words. Consonant, vowel, consonant, double that consonant and add er. With the Y, change the Y to an I and add er. We're also going to take a look today at superlative adjectives. In this video, we will see how to compare a quality between three or more people or things by using superlative adjectives. We use superlatives to compare a quality among three or more people or things. Mr. Owen, Ian, and David. Mr. Owen is tall. He is the tallest. David is short. He is the shortest. See if you can notice the spelling rules to form superlatives. Mr. Owen, Luca, and Aiden. Mr. Owen's legs are the longest. The longest. The rule is to say the, long, and add est for a short adjective. These are more examples. Miss Lee, Mr. Green, and Mr. White. Miss Lee is the nicest teacher. The nicest. Look at the spelling pattern. If the adjective ends with an E, we just add st, such as in large, the largest, and some other examples for you there. Miss Lee, Miss Smith, and Mr. Green. Miss Lee is the happiest. For this rule, we take out that Y and we add IEST, such as in heavy, the heaviest. Mr. Smith and Mr. Green. Mr. Smith is the fattest, and there's also Mr. Adams. On this rule, it's a consonant vowel consonant, and we need to double that last consonant and add est. Big, the biggest. Okay, I hope you enjoyed those videos. Here I have a picture of three different sized dogs. The large St. Bernard, the medium-sized Beagle, and a small Westie. When we compare three or more people or things, we form superlative adjectives by adding est. For example, the Westie is the smallest dog in this picture. Pause the video and write another sentence using a superlative adjective to describe the dogs. On the next few slides, you will practice the skills learned in this lesson. There is an exit ticket and a review of the spelling rules, as well as a suggestion for what you can do next. Pause the video and complete the chart by adding er to make a comparative adjective or adding an est to make a superlative adjective. Now you can check your work. Check the chart to make sure that you did your paper correctly. In this slide, you are going to use the correct comparative or superlative adjective to complete the following sentences. Your choice of words is at the end of each sentence. So would we say Mike is taller than Susan, or would we say Mike is tallest than Susan? That's right. We would say Mike is taller. So you would write the word taller. Again, your choices are at the end of each sentence. You're going to use a comparative or a superlative to make it make sense in these 8 sentences. Pause the video again and check your work. The words in red are the correct answers for those sentences. And here's your exit ticket. I want you to write a sentence about your family or pets using a comparative adjective, and then write another sentence about your family or a pet using a superlative adjective. Remember, when using comparative and superlative adjectives, we add ER for comparative adjectives. We add EST for superlative adjectives. Also, our spelling rules are, when an adjective ends in Y, replace the Y with an I and add ER or EST, such as in happy, happier, and happiest. With consonant-vowel consonant adjectives, double the consonant before adding the suffixes ER and EST, as in big, bigger, biggest. What can you do next? When you're reading, try to notice how authors use adjectives in their writing. And you can also use these adjectives, superlative and comparative, in your own writing to make your writing stronger. For more practice using comparative and superlative adjectives, go to this website. It is a great review for you. Remember that today we talked about forming and using comparative and superlative adjectives correctly. I hope you'll join me next time when we learn about comparative and superlative adverbs. Thank you for watching.